The Taoist martial arts. The Taoist martial arts are often called the internal boxing forms for two reasons. One, they focus on developing an internal state of being. The outside becomes secondary to that. But when you've got the right internal setup, in other words, when you're actually in a state of meditation, even while in the boxing ring, you're then able to maintain full command of everything that happens in your body and around your body with much more ease and eloquence. The other reason they're called the internal forms is a more pragmatic one, in that when confronted by an opponent in a fighting scenario, your aim is to get right inside their defences so that you find yourself with your face up against their face, with your chest up against their chest, because then only with the slightest moving of body mechanics you're able to exert incredible force without having to use very much strength, thereby not having to worry about whether the other guy's bigger or faster than you. The art, in many ways, is learning how to get past all the long punches and kicks, or how to take a few on the way in so that you're able to do what it is you have to do. They rely on the development of what's called qi, which is a psychoactive form of energy. It's like energy plus intention. So that when deflecting and counter-attacking a strike from an opponent, the mind sees a shape and moves the shape with intention, and the energy, this qi, follows. And the qi is transmitted through your punch, through your block, and therefore has the effect of moving the person without much force. It's quite magical when you experience it for yourself, either on the defending or the attacking side. It's a bit like being grabbed, like having your mind grabbed by the other person and having your mind hurled across the room, and therefore your body has to follow it. And it feels really nice. It's like being hit by an iron bar wrapped in lots of cotton wool. So there's nothing very jagged about it. It's fun almost, but can be lethal, of course. The three most famous of the Taoist martial arts are Tai Chi, Xing Yi and Bagua. Now you might be surprised to find that Tai Chi is a martial art, because it's generally known as this thing that's done solo, slow motion by old people, which it is, and as such is a very powerful form of moving meditation and extremely good for your physical and mental well-being. However, what's going on there is merely the slow motion shadow boxing of the pugilistic art itself, which has many more layers of training and practice to it, and is in essence boxing. Tai Chi Chuan means Tai Chi Supreme Ultimate Fist. Xing Yi, which is older, Xing Yi Chuan, which is older than Tai Chi, is probably more recognisable as a martial art. It looks a bit more like karate, where you see people drilling the moves up and down in straight lines, and it uses plosive force, the whole body's mechanics, the whole weight of the body brought to bear in that single moment, in a simultaneous parry and punch. You don't block and then strike, you strike and block with the same movement. And it means intention boxing, because you pierce the opponent with your intention. You plough right through your opponent with your intention, and then your body follows. It's a pretty devastating art, and for, I think, 14 of the last 15 years that I checked the statistics of the interdisciplinary martial arts contest in China, Xing Yi was the outright winner. The third one of the trilogy is Bagua, which is the Bagua Chan. It's the palm striking method of the I Ching, which is the ancient oracle of Taoism, which is 64 hexagrams arranged in a kind of circular pattern. And the idea of the oracle is that you can see into the past and into the future, and beyond linear time, in other words, and so get a fix on what's actually to be done in the moment to optimise on your chances. And this is the dance, and it puts you in a kind of trance that takes you out of linear time. You practice it whirling like a dervish a little bit, with various palm movements. But in real life, in combat rather, it teaches you to constantly get behind your opponent. It's a very, very clever art, and develops circular power. It's usually done with two sides, two swords, so it has the effect of being like a human rotor blade. And the practice of these arts, for me, as I get older, rather than being about getting or avoiding getting in a punch-up, is the effect on the body the training has on a daily basis, the way it kind of gets rid of all your aches and pains, it broadens you out, makes you sprightly, it makes your muscle tone good, it makes you feel connected to your body, and it makes you feel that you're at one in a benign flow with all of existence, so it increases your confidence, and that enables you to be more kindly to those of you around, and you get better results from the world as a consequence.